Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mighty Torres here, coming to you live, representing SEG13.com. Um, I want to share with you something that I have been studying. This is a book. It's called Sexual Secrets: The Alchemy of Ecstasy by Nick Douglas and Penny Slinger. Slinger. However you pronounce it. This book has been in print since 1979. It's been in my family for a long time, but I never paid attention to this book before. The only thing that I really paid attention to was the freaky pictures, because there's a lot of really Kama Sutra, crazy positions inside. And I looked at this stuff, but I didn't really, I didn't pay much attention to anything else. I just wasn't there. And recently, I've been called to study this book. I've been in a few moves in my life, and I've lost all of my material possessions, but this book managed to make it through. So everything happens for a reason, and I'm grateful for that. Um, Tonight, what caught my attention, I just opened it up and I turned to the the menstruation, the red snow, and what this chapter talks about. This is Kali. I'll get to Kali in a minute. But what this chapter talks about is the woman's menstrual cycle and how sacred it is. The woman's menstrual cycle has always been sacred, and in the countries in China, it was customary for women to separate themselves from worldly things when they were going through their menstrual cycle. And these taboos have been associated from menstruation for like ever. We were killed as witches and sorcerers because men were afraid that, what kind of beings were we. We bled, we gave life, something that they couldn't do. So it became very taboo. So the whole us bleeding thing was very scary to them, and a lot of people didn't understand it, and there were many that did understand it, and that's precisely why they tried to keep us from our power. But in China, Japan, the Pacific Islands, North and South America, Africa, the Middle East, and other parts of Europe, they still practice, keeping a woman away during her monthly cycle. During her monthly period, a woman is more open, receptive, and vulnerable than usual. So she's at a point where that's that's a very powerful energy that's going on there. That's the power of creation. And what's happening during that time is that all of the energy, a woman gets moody and she gets all of these different things that are happening is because we're very empathic at that time, and we're able to feel the energy of everything around us. So during that time, we're able to detox, and we're detoxing all the poisons and all of the influences, all of the things that are, within us that shouldn't be in us, that we are detoxifying, and we're very sensitive. So everything that's coming in is also very important for us too in that time. So that's why, it was customary in these cultures to keep women away. And in some cultures, they had a place where when you were on your menstrual cycle, you would go to this place and you would learn, about your culture. You would learn about families. You would learn rituals. You would learn songs. And it was really interesting because in the book it says, and it's funny how they give us information, because we get information, but then it says, oh, it would be really difficult to bring that back. It's not difficult to bring any of this back. When you're very serious about your practice and what it is that you want to get out of this life, all you have to do is manifest it, and it's always going to happen. When you align yourself with the vibration of what it is that you want, you're always going to get what it is that you want. So believe that. Um, this book also talks about, the power of the menstrual cycle, all of the things that are in there that are powerful. It talks about, when you're having irritability, you have fits of passion. Some women want to have sex when they're on their menstrual cycle, and they don't understand why, and then they think it's wrong, and then they feel guilty about, having that desire during that time, and then maybe they have a man that's like, oh my gosh, you're disgusting, you want to do that to me, and it makes a woman retreat, and nobody is talking about these feelings that do happen and why they happen. This book right here will give you a lot of insight on why that is and why those things happen. So when you're feeling that, okay, here's the picture. that I was talking about, I'm going to show you a picture of Kali. This is Kali, and it said that when we are on our menstrual cycles, we evoke the energy of Kali. And the Kali energy, this in this picture right here, she is making love to somebody, and she is on her menstrual cycle. And they say that's the safest way to do it because you're flowing out, so you should be in a position where you're flowing out. So this is a very powerful time, and it's a very magical time, and there's a lot that you can do during this time. And these are things that nobody tells us about these things because there's a lot of power in it. So rather than being ashamed of what you ever felt or what you ever thought, you know, do some research and find out why these things shame you. Why do you feel ashamed? Look in deeper, because when you go into that fear, you recognize, you understand that it's all about your gifts. There are gifts behind every fear. So once you face them, you're going to find them, and then you're going to know the miracles of being a woman, of being a goddess. You are a creator. And just like, I'm not going to go into it too long because this thing has been cutting me off, and I have to get this message out. So I want to say thank you, 13 love and 13 gratitude to all of the energies that have made this possible, because I did this about like 50 times. But all right, but y'all had to get the message. This is important. In self-mastery, you got to know yourself. You are a sexual being. So as a sexual being, everything that you do has sexual energy in it, and it's best that you learn that information so that you can use it for your benefit. You are the magic. So people want to talk about magic and things being, you are the creator of your reality every single day. Whether you recognize it or not, you are creating everything around you. Everything that you experience, good or bad, whatever you perceive it to be, is because of you. So the sooner you learn about yourself and how you operate in this vessel, the sooner you will be empowered and you will be able to manifest the life that you want to manifest, just because you know exactly what to do. You know how it works. And it all starts with sexual energy. So I'm going to be talking about this in my book forum. I got a book club forum at sexenergygoddess13.com, and we're going to be getting really into this book. Ladies, goddesses, gods, do not be ashamed of your moon cycle. Do not be ashamed of what happens to you during that time. Do not alter that. Do not, if you are on the pill, get off of the pill. There's other natural things that you can do that could prevent pregnancy. So be done with that. Allow your nature to just flow. And I'm going to get out because I don't want it to cut me off. I will see you guys on the next video. We're going to talk more about this at the forum at sexenergygoddess13.com. Adios, 13 love.